Welcome to CVR English. This is Naresh Kumar. Let's watch the world news. The water crisis in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir has reached a critical point. Natural springs in the region have dried up due to the persistent lack of rainfall, leaving locals in dire straits. Residents now face the challenge of traveling long distance to fetch water, with many carrying to it on their heads after walking several miles. The situation is further complicated by the difficulties in maintaining a stable water supply, and currently there seems to be no immediate solution to the crisis.
किल्लत है, बिजली की बहुत ज़्यादा लोड शेडिंग है। 200-250-300 फुट नीचे जाके पानी वहाँ से निकलता है, उससे इलाके के लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा तकलीफ है। बिलखुसूस ख़वातीन मीलों दूर से पानी भर के लाती हैं।
In POJK, the power load shedding has further compounded the issue as water pumps only work intermittently, with electricity available for just 1 hour, followed by several hours of blackouts. The situation has reached a breaking point, with all the village springs now dry.
पानी की सूरत हाल ये है कि आप पानी वहाँ पर साफ ज़ाहिर है, बिजली होगी तो मोटर चलेगी, उससे पानी मुयस्सर होगा। तो बिजली का फिलहाल पानी न होने की वजह से बिजली भी बहुत कम है, यानी कि 1 घंटा आती है, 3-3, 4-4 घंटे, 5-5 घंटे लोड शेडिंग होती है। अब तो ये सूरत हाल है कि गाँव में जो चश्मे होते थे वो तो अब सारे के सारे ही खुशक हो चुके हैं।
With the combination of dried up springs, failed wells and unreliable power supply, the community in POJK faces a mounting struggle to secure even the most basic necessity. Natural springs in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir have dried up due to
Members of Israel's ultra-Orthodox community clashed with police during protest against military conspirations near Tel Aviv on December 24. This protest follows a ruling by Israel's Supreme Court in June, which declared that the Defense Ministry could no longer grant blanket exemptions to Jewish seminary students from military service. The exemption had been in place since Israel's founding in 1948, when the ultra-Orthodox or Haredi population was much smaller. In response to the ruling, the Israeli military called up over 1,000 ultra-Orthodox men in July and announced that 7,000 more from the community would gradually be required to serve. Community leaders argue that conscripting seminary students to serve alongside secular Israelis threatens their religious identity. The Israeli government is facing mounting pressure from reservists, many of whom have served extensively over the past year, to include ultra-Orthodox men in the military draft.
אנחנו באנו כאן להפגין כי מדינת ישראל שהוקמה על מנת שעם ישראל יעזוב את היהדות. ועכשיו הם באו לבצע את המזימה הזאת, שעם ישראל יעזוב את היהדות, והם באים לבצע את זה על ידי מעצרים ומעשים שפלים וכל מיני איומים, בשביל שהבחורי הישיבות יעזבו את הדת וילכו להתגייס לדת הציונות, שזה כפירה בתורה הקדושה, וזה כפירה בקדוש ברוך הוא. ולכן אנחנו באנו היום להפגין, לומר שאנחנו נעמוד מאחורי כל בחור, ואנחנו לא נתגייס בשום פנים ואופן לצבא, ואנחנו מוכנים גם למות וגם ללכת לכלא, אבל העיקר לא להתגייס.
לא מפקדת, היא פותחת שערים.
ולא נתגייר, נמות ולא נתגייר.
רוצחים! תביאו את הפרשים לפה.
In Pakistan occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, POGP, deforestation is intensifying due to the increasing demand for wood, as locals seek ways to stay warm during the harsh winters. This practice, while providing short-term relief, is contributing significantly to the region's deforestation, worsening the effects of climate change. As the environment deteriorates, a range of health risks and diseases are emerging, underscoring the urgent need for government intervention to address both the environmental and public health challenges facing the area.
In Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, the cutting of wood is on the rise as people look for ways to stay warm during the harsh winters. Unfortunately, this practice is leading to deforestation, which is further exacerbating climate change in the region. As the environment changes, a variety of diseases are emerging, highlighting the urgent need for government intervention to address this issue.
देखें, गिलगित बल्तिस्तान एक पहाड़ी और सर्द इलाका है जहाँ पर लोग गर्म होने के लिए लकड़ काटते हैं और उसकी हीटिंग से जो है ना वो अपने आप को गर्म रखते हैं, और इसी वजह से गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के जो जंगलात हैं वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा कटाई में इस्तेमाल होते हैं और डिफॉरेस्टेशन में इजाफा भी हो रहा है, जो कि मौसमियाती तब्दीलियों के असरात भी हमें देखने को मिलते हैं। ग्लेशियर्स फट रहे हैं और सर्दी और गर्मियों में भी जो है ना गैर मुतवक्किल जो है ना इजाफा और कमी पाई जाती हो, और ये डिफॉरेस्टेशन एक बहुत बड़ा मसला है जिसके ऊपर काबू पाना वक्त की अहम ज़रूरत है।
The ongoing deforestation in the region is not only affecting the climate but also causing serious environmental risks. The cutting down of forests increases the risk of landslides, which can lead to further damage to the land and surrounding communities.
जंगलात की कटाई से एक तो ज़मीन सरकने का जो ख़तरा है वो भी जो है मसला आ जाता है। जब जंगलात आपके महफूज रहेगा उससे जंगली हयात के लिए भी फ़ायदा है, हमारे जो है ज़मीनी कटाव के लिए भी ये फ़ायदा है। अगर जब आप इसको काटेंगे इसके शदीद नुकसानात है, और माहौल के हवाले से भी माहौल की बेहतरी के लिए जंगलात का होना ज़रूरी है। जब इसकी कटाई होगी तो माहौल भी जो है ख़राब हो जाएगा।
Another alarming concern in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan is the smog caused by the burning of wood and plastic tires during the winter months. The poor air quality is negatively affecting the health of the local population, leading to an increase in respiratory illness like asthma.
अगर इस तरह की कोई चीज़ बंदा चला रहा होता है जिसमें लकड़ी के अलावा जो टायर हैं, प्लास्टिक है या प्लास्टिक से रिलेटेड चीज़ें हैं, तो उनसे न सिर्फ उनकी हेल्थ ख़राब होती है बल्कि जो आउटडोर जो एयर क्वालिटी है वो भी मुतासर होती है। इनडोर में ख़ास कर जो रिस्पायरेटरी इलनेस है, सांस की बीमारियां हैं, दम्मा है या आई इरिटेशन है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा हैं।
As deforestation, pollution and health concerns continue to worsen in POGB, Local residents and environmental experts are calling for urgent measures from the government to address these issues. Failure to take action could lead to more severe environmental and
Bangladesh has officially requested India to send back former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She fled to India on August 5th after a student-led movement ousted her from power following prolonged civil unrest. The request was made through a note bearable to the Indian government, said Bangladesh's Foreign Affairs Advisor Tawhid Hussain, quoted by local media reports following Hasina's ouster. An interim government led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus was former. Meanwhile, Sheikh Hasina has accused Muhammad Yunus of being the mastermind behind the student protests that lead to her ouster. Bangladesh's former PM also alleged that protests were meticulously designed to overthrow her government. where 12.4 million people live in acute food insecurity. According to the World Food Programme, bread makes up the largest part of meals. A meal without bread, especially when you have guests, is incomplete for Afghans and Afghan families, says Muhammad Masi, 28, while picking up several frowns on his way home.
نان خوش یکی از اواسانه بسیار محبوب یا یکی از غذای بسیار محبوب سراسر افغانستان می باشد. یعنی که بدون نان خوش سفره میهمانای افغانستان یا میباشندهای افغانستان یا فامیلای افغانستان ناتکمیل است. دیگه از طفل گرفته تا بزرگ جوان ها همگی نان خوش که خوش دارن و یک
ما زیادتر مردم بیچاره و غریب و یا نان خشک زیادتر میبرن. بقدر که پیسه دارا رو بگیم و نان خشک نمیبرن. زیادتر این مردم طبقه بسیار قدر بالا هم نیست، پایین متوسط این مردم عام که است. مثلا یک کس بسیار پیسه دار و زیاد از او از نان خشک
یکی از اواسانه بسیار محبوب یا یکی از غذای بسیار محبوب سراسر افغانستان می باشد. یعنی که بدون نان خوش سفره میهمانای افغانستان یا میباشندهای افغانستان یا فامیلای افغانستان ناتکمیل است. دیگه از طفل گرفته تا بزرگ جوان ها همگی نان خوش که خوش دارن و یک غذای بسیار لذیذ است.
Brigadier Material fatally gunning down Health Insurance Executive Brian Thompson on a Manhattan Street pleaded not guilty on Monday, December 23rd to New York State murder charges that brand him a terrorist. Mangione leaned into a microphone and said not guilty when Caro asked how he pleaded to the 11-count indictment charging him with murder as an act of terrorism and weapons offences.
You can have a seat.
Can you take this? Can you take one picture too? Can you take this? Okay. No worries. It's okay. Rest.
Crappy scrub. I could never afford. I'm not jealous though. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy holidays.
You can have a
Can you take this? Can you take one picture too? Can you take this?
Pranay Kumar Verma, High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, said it's one of those relationships in which there are very few parallels. We have maintained that relationship moving in a positive direction, despite what appears in the media and social media space. There are a lot of very positive developments and engagements that have happened even after the turbulent changes of August 5th. I think we have engaged with the interim government of Bangladesh in full earnest. The Prime Minister was the first foreign leader to send greetings to the advisor. If you look at the numbers, we have more trade in the last 6 months of this financial year than we had last year.
Our future progress and prosperity without thinking about each other and without taking forward each other. So it's really one of those relationships which there are very few parallels, and we have maintained that relationship moving in a positive direction despite what appears in media and social media space. There are many positive developments and engagements that have happened, and our regular engagements have also happened, which should give you an idea of the seriousness with which we take this relationship. I mean, even after the turbulent changes of August 5, I think we have engaged with the interim government of Bangladesh in full earnest. Prime Minister was the first world leader to send greetings to the chief advisor. Then they had a telephone call within days of the chief advisor taking office. And then also Prime Minister Modi invited Chief Advisor Yunus with this Voice of Global South Summit, which is a remarkable gathering of leaders from Global South, and a few of the leaders who were there in the summit, Bangladesh Chief Advisor was one of them. And in a way, you see, it was the first global platform that was presented to him to talk about the new Bangladesh. So it's something that I really feel proud to be associated with, that platform that was given to him and his presence at that event. And that has continued. Of course, foreign secretaries visit most recently, and before that the foreign ministers met in New York on the margins of the UN General Assembly. But the program, the engagement has also happened across various segments of relationship. Much of it is not talked about, but it is definitely contributing to strengthening the fundamentals of our relations. I mean, look at trade, for example. If you look at the numbers, and I was looking at the statistics today, we have more trade in the last 6 months of this financial year of ours than we had last year. Our future progress and prosperity without thinking about each other and without taking forward each other. So it's really one of those relationships of which there are very few parallels, and we have maintained that relationship moving in a positive direction despite what appears.
Luigi Mangione, the suspect of fatally gunning down United Health Group executive Brian Thompson, pleaded to not guilty on December 23rd. Mangione, 26, was escorted into a 13th floor courtroom in the New York State Criminal Courthouse in Lower Manhattan with a court officer. The CEO of United Healthcare, Brian Thompson, was fatally shot in the chest in Manhattan on December 4, where he succumbed to injuries. Notably, court documents show that Mangione was found with a black 3D printed pistol and a black silencer. According to the complaint, while the killing of Thompson has been condemned. Wang Yon has been feted as a folk hero by some Americans who decree the steep cost of health care.
Here we go. Okay, get to the point, please. Can you turn your light off from me? Down from this side.
Resident scientists are showing up the remarkably well-preserved remains of a young mammoth from some 50,000 years ago, which was found in the permafrost-covered region of Yakutia. The female mammoth has been nicknamed Yana, after the river basin in which it was discovered this summer. Studies will now be carried out to work out her exact age of at death, estimated at 1 year old or a bit more.
Это мировая сенсация, это уникальная находка для всего человечества, можно сказать, без преувеличения. И, как уже говорилось сегодня, за исключением трупных остатков, мамонтят — это вот 7-я находка. До этого 5 было сделано у нас в России, 1 в Канаде.
Syrians visit a Christmas market in Damascus 2 weeks after Islamist-led rebels ousted long-time leader Bashar al-Assad. Assad fled Syria earlier this month as rebel forces led by the Sunni Islamist group Hayat Tahrir al-Assam entered the capital after a lighting offensive.
الأجواء هاي السنة كتير حلوة، ويعني نحن بننتظر الكريسماس ماركت كل سنة لننزل وهيك نتسلى كتير، وهالسنة بالذات كانت أحلى وأحلى إنه تحررت سوريا وأخيرا خلصنا من كل شيء.
أجواء العيد حلوة بس ما بتلاقي لسه يعني في عالم عم تطلع كتير وزينة، يمكن بسبب شوي وضع الكهرباء لساته سيء أو يمكن العالم شوي خايفة، بس يعني نشوف إن شاء الله لأول السنة يكون الوضع تحسن.
الإسلام بينزلوا قبل المسيحية، ونحن تعودنا دائما أنه بأعياد بالعيدين نكون سوا عم نحتفل سوا، وبعد الثورة ما فرقت أبدا. بالعكس بتلاقي هلأ العالم أنه صارت مبسوطة أكتر، مرتاحة أكتر.
الأجواء هاي السنة كتير حلوة، ويعني نحن بننتظر الكريسماس ماركت كل سنة لننزل وهيك نتسلى كتير، وهالسنة بالذات كانت أحلى وأحلى إنه تحررت سوريا وأخيرا خلصنا من كل شيء.
أجواء العيد حلوة بس ما بتلاقي لسه يعني في عالم عم تطلع كتير وزينة، يمكن بسبب شوي وضع الكهرباء لساته سيء أو يمكن العالم شوي خايفة، بس يعني نشوف إن شاء الله لأول